Hey guys, it's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel and to another plan with me. So I'm planning out the week of January 6th through the 12th and I'm using the City Chill kit from Scribble Co. It's this really pretty, like kind of wintry-esque kit, and I'm excited to be planning non-holiday spreads. Yes, I do consider the New Year's one a holiday spread, so it's definitely exciting to not be using a holiday kit. I didn't have the best washi to match this, so I did I did use a different washi that kind of matched it, but I unfortunately only have so much washi that I can use, so it is holographic foil, but totally okay, because I use silver foil for the rest of the spread. Most exciting thing that happened this week was I did get to ride Rise of Resistance, which was really exciting. They did do a cast preview for Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, and it was really cool. It was a little nerve-wracking because I didn't know if I was going to be able to ride it just because of the situation that happened on that day, which I will kind of explain to you guys a little bit as we get closer to that day. But it was definitely a exciting and really cool ride. I don't think I've ever experienced anything that cool, and I am genuinely hoping that the ride that is in Avengers Campus is something similar to it, because it's a very cool immersive ride, and it was one of the coolest experiences I think I've ever had. I have a little bit of a cough, so I apologize if my voice is a little weird in this video. I have unfortunately been down with the flu. I've actually had a lot of problems happening with me, but I think I have the flu. I know for sure I don't have coronavirus. I can tell you guys that. Mainly because I have a head congestion problem, so I'm pretty positive I have the flu, but it's fine. There's a whole backstory behind as to why I have the flu. It was a long weekend. I was actually in the parks at Disneyland for 2 days, and at the time frame I was on a steroid that was making the swelling in my face go down. I had swelling in the right side of my cheek, so they put me on a steroid to get the swelling down, and that is why I essentially am sick now, because the steroid suppresses your immune system, and Lindsay got sick because she spent 3 out of the 5 days that she was taking it at Disneyland, because one of the days I also had to work. So, yeah, it was a fun time. Anyway, going back to Avengers Campus, so as I am filming this, it is March 11th. I actually just saw the post from Disneyland because they posted the opening date of Avengers Campus, and I'm only mentioning this because I need your guys' help. So the problem is, it literally opens day of my birthday. It opens July 18th, which is my birthday, and I was planning on using a endgame kit from Simply a Mess to kind of commemorate it, to actually mark that it is opening, but the problem is that is now on the week of my birthday. So let me know what you guys think you would do. Would you still use the endgame kit, because it's one of the very few times that you can ever use the kit for an opening of a land? Or should I use a birthday kit? Let me know, because I'm curious. I genuinely don't know what I'm going to do, because I'm kind of really sad that it is going to be opening day is the day of my birthday. I'm kind of genuinely sad about that. Purely just because I'm oh, okay, I want to use a birthday kit because I didn't use a birthday kit last year, and I really want to use a birthday kit this year, but I might end up doing one the week before maybe, or depending on if I am a part of Avengers Campus, if I will end up if they do any kind of previews for it. I don't know if they will, obviously, because I don't know if I'm a part of it, but I don't know. I feel like for opening day I should probably be using that kit, but it makes me sad because it's the week of my birthday. Literally, opening day is my birthday. So, yeah, we'll see. Anyway, let me know in the comments down below what you think I should do, or what would you do if you had this dilemma, which I know people do have this dilemma where they probably have a birthday on a week of a holiday or something. But let me know, because I'm genuinely curious what you would do, because I'm kind of sad because I can't use a birthday kit. I can always use a birthday kit for someone else's birthday, but I wanted to use it for mine. Anyway, we're actually going to talk about the the physical spread. Sorry guys, got a little distracted. So On Monday, I did put down the work label, and then I used a Magic Prince Co. washing machine to mark that I needed to wash my costume. And then I did get some Dunkin' coffee also, so I used a Simply Watercolor Co. coffee cup for that. And then I decided to watch Guardians Volume 2. I think I was going through and watching a bunch of Marvel movies at this point, so I did watch Volume 2. So I used a Groot Munchkin for that and a fancy label. And then moving down, so so there was a crazy line for tickets. So essentially for Rise of Resistance, we had to pick up Disneyland Day tickets because we actually were blocked out during the preview time. And so we had to pick up tickets, and so I had to go on the first day. So our preview was on the very first day. So we had to make sure we picked up those tickets early. And so we were going to go pick up the tickets, and the line for the tickets, no joke, was about 3 hours long. Like, people were waiting in line for hours. And I was like, this is insane. And it was people who also had it on, like, the last day, which was, like, a week later. So we were like, okay, this is stupid. Like, there was a crazy line for tickets. There's no way we're gonna get these tickets. So this plays into the whole thing eventually on Wednesday. But it started on Monday. That was when you can first start picking up those tickets, and it was an insane line for tickets. And so we just essentially just didn't get the tickets at all on the Monday, just because we were like, no, we're not waiting in this line. We're gonna be late for work. Not worth it. So I did do a little munchkin that's like flipping everything off because it was annoying because of the crazy line for tickets. Like, it was ridiculous. And then underneath that, I did buy some Lidocaine patches, so I used a little like stethoscope icon from Scribble Co. for that. And then it was the last day of the holiday season, so officially the last day, so I used a munchkin in a ugly Christmas sweater. And then last but not least, I used a little munchkin head to mark that I was super absent-minded. No idea why I was super absent-minded, but I was. So we had to mark it. Moving on to a Tuesday, I put down a quarter box and then a sleep-in script. That is from Station Stickers. And then I did need to clean my bathroom, so I used a munchkin with like a broom and a dustpan to mark that. And then I did also take out the trash, so I used a little Wonton and a Million Steamy for that one. We have an acai bowl place right next to us, which is so good, and I think my mom probably bought me acai bowls, and that's why I got it, because I usually don't go there myself. But I used a little emoji with a like apple to mark that. If you know of any shops that has like acai-esque type character stickers, please let me know, because I need them, because your girl needs something better to use other than just some random fruit. So please, let me know. And then underneath that, I took a Glam Planner Teeny to mark that I played The Sims. At this point, Bailey started shedding. I think she was shedding probably a little bit before this, but when huskies shed, it is literally insane. You can make like 3 other dogs out of the amount of hair that they shed off. So Bailey was like crazy shedding. I think she was like, she's already shedding, I think, before this, but I think she was just like extra shedding now at this point. So I actually have these little custom Bailey stickers that were from a subscriber who actually sent them to me. I don't remember her name, I apologize, but thank you, subscriber, that sent them to me. But I used her to mark that she was shedding. And then my neck was super sore. I actually have a really bad like neck slash back, and I do get times where I can't move my neck, or like my neck gets very sore. So I did have that problem, unfortunately. That was actually what the lidocaine patches was for. So I used a little emoji to mark that my neck was super sore. Moving on to Wednesday, I used a little Disney Plus munchkin to mark that I watched Ant-Man. I actually ran out of my superhero stickers, which I need to get more of, which I just got Coffee Monster Co. ones, but I need ones more with loved ones, even though I have so many of them. But I used that to mark Ant-Man. And then I put down a quarter box as well as a emoji with a doctor, or just as a doctor, because my dad had a doctor's appointment at 1:30. So this is where the fun day happens. This was when I got to ride Rise of Resistance. So essentially our problem was that my dad has a doctor appointment at 1:30 that we had to take him to. I chose the Wednesday because I knew my sister would be off, and I knew that I was going to be off, obviously. So I chose that day, but me, being the dummy, didn't think about the fact that I had to take my dad to an eye doctor appointment, and he can't drive after the doctor's appointment because of his eyes. So I didn't realize, like, I didn't put the two together that they were on the same day. So essentially, we were not going to be able to get out to Anaheim until like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. So my sister took my dad to the doctor's appointment, and then At this point, we're like, okay, crap. It's like 3 o'clock by the time we get out there. This line for these tickets are insane. At this point, because the lines for the tickets were so insane that they actually like stopped people from picking up the tickets. They were only allowing people who could pick them up the first day and the second day to pick up those tickets. And so the line wasn't as bad, but it was still pretty bad. So I was like, crap, okay, we're going to have to wait this line for like an hour and a half. By the time we finally get into the park, it's going to be to the point where we probably won't even get a boarding pass in order to ride the attraction. Or even if we do get one, we probably won't be able to ride it because it's probably going to go down or something's going to happen. So we go to Anaheim and we're able to pick up the tickets. I used a little lolly and pop to mark that. And then we actually ended up just parking at Toy Story because it was the closest like parking area for Disney around us. And then we go book it to Tomorrowland so that we can get our boarding group, which essentially the boarding group is kind of like a version of a fast pass. Like you essentially get a boarding group. It tells you whatever your boarding group is, and then you have to go back at that, like when they're actually calling your boarding group. When we got there, they were boarding groups like 40 through 42, and at this point it was like almost 6 o'clock or so, and my friend who I was actually supposed to go with, it just didn't happen. She was actually in line and the ride broke down for like 45 minutes. I was like, crap, we're not getting on this ride. There's no way. Like, the ride has been down, it's broken down multiple times. Like, she was in line when it broke down. Like, I think it broke down actually for longer. Like, I think it broke down twice when she was in line. So they stayed at this boarding group for like a couple hours, and then when we finally actually like ended up getting the boarding group, we were like, okay, whatever, we'll just go like spend time in the parks, obviously. And it actually only took us from the time frame that we got the boarding group to getting off of the attraction, it actually only took us about 2 hours, which was pretty good. I think it did go down for like 15-20 minutes when we were in line for it, but it was actually really, really good. It was really exciting to actually be able to get a boarding group. So to mark that I barely got a boarding group, which, fun fact, I got boarding group 52. 55, I think, was the end of the boarding group. So we literally barely got one. We got one at like 5:45 or so, and I think they cut off the boarding group like distribution at 6 o'clock. So we barely got one. But I use a little Fast Pass sticker from Paper and Milk to mark that. And then I use a half box and a Wonton in a Million Luke Skywalker sticker to mark Rise of Resistance. And then last but not least, I used a Han Solo Munchkin to mark that we then essentially rode all of these Star Wars rides after that. Like, we didn't ride any other ride other than Star Wars rides. Like, we rode Star Tours. I think at that point, Space Mountain was still, like, Hyperspace Mountain. And what else did we ride? We rode Millennium Falcon, so we essentially rode all the Star Wars rides. It was essentially just a Star Wars day, which was really, really exciting, and it was really cool to be able to experience the attraction before it actually opened to the public. I have yet to actually go back on it again, but we will see. We'll get there hopefully in the future. Moving on to Thursday, I put down a work label, and then it was payday, so I used a fancy label and a Magic Prince Co. Yay, it's payday sticker. I did put those down very, very crooked, so don't mind that. I'm like staring at it right now. I'm like, ooh, girl, you put that down very badly. And then underneath that, I took a munchkin with a little SP coin. This is from an old freebie from Scribble Prince Co. kits, so you can't unfortunately purchase this, but I used this to mark that I made a Scribble Prince Co. order. And then I did bake some cookies, so I used a Glam Planner Lolly for that. I had to buy some concealer. I think I ran out of mine, so I used an emoji going to Sephora for that. And then I did watch Ratatouille, so I used one of those squared off half boxes, or squared off quarter boxes? I think it's a quarter box. And a Ratatouille script from Scribble Prince Co. And last but not least, I used the little, like, nuh-uh munchkin to mark that there was so much traffic. I hate traffic. It sucks. But so there was so much traffic that it needed to be marked. So I used the little nuh-uh munchkin for that. As I'm going on, my nose is getting more and more stuffed up. I apologize, guys. I'm sorry. It's probably obnoxious to listen to me talk right now. Moving on to Friday, I put down that work label and then a quarter box and another sleep-in script from Station Stickers. And I'm starting to run low on my washing machine icons, so I started using the little laundry basket for Magic Prince Co. that's on the same sheet to mark that I washed my costume, because yeah, we're running low on the washing machine ones and I need to start using something else, so I did use the laundry basket instead. And then I need to subscribe for my emails. I was getting, on average, like, I know this probably isn't a lot for some people, but I was getting about 50 emails a day, and it was really starting to get obnoxious to have to go through and delete them all. So I did actually unsubscribe from a ton of emails on this day, so that little, like, envelope is from Magic Prince Co. as well. And then I did make an Amazon order, so I used a little munchkin with an Amazon icon to mark that. And then I had a YouTube binge, so I used a Whimsical Cat Studio Girl with a YouTube play button for that. And then we did get boba at Bobatopia at work, which is one of my favorite boba places ever. And we always get it when we're off of work, when we're going back to like our cars, when we're walking back to our cars. It's always right there, and I'm just like, ugh. Boba. I need it. And it made me sad because the last time I got boba, I couldn't actually fully eat it because my face was swollen and it was a whole complicated mess. But I did get boba after work, so I used a little a cup that is from Once More with Love to mark that. My nose is angry right now. It's fine. We're pushing through it. We got 5 more minutes. It's fine. You guys are probably like, no, Lindsay, stop, because this is obnoxious to listen to. I know. I'm sorry. Anyway, moving on to Saturday. I put down the weekend banner, and then I did put down the work labels for both Saturday and Sunday. And then is anyone surprised? No. No one is surprised that Lindsay got Dunkin' coffee on Saturday. We also got it on Sunday. No one is surprised at all. So yeah, I put down a Simply Watercolor Co. coffee cup for Dunkin' Coffee. This kind of makes me a little sad. This next one, I put down a heart icon to mark that I need to submit my Stagecoach request for the days off, and they announced yesterday, again, I'm filming this on March 11th, they announced yesterday that they are postponing Stagecoach and Coachella to October, and I most likely will not be able to go. And if I do, then most likely the lineup is going to be different because for sure Dan and Shay have a tour that is scheduled and they most likely will not be there, and it makes me very sad. Like I am genuinely sad that I most likely will not be able to go to Stagecoach this year, especially because I was so excited to see Carrie Underwood finally, and it's very possible that we will not be able to see her. So yeah, I'm genuinely sad that I'm gonna not be able to go to Stagecoach this year, so we might end up having to get a refund. I just want them to confirm whether they are changing the lineup or if they're keeping the lineup. They most likely are going to be changing the lineup because other people have prior tours, like artists have prior tours, and they can't obviously cancel that tour, so I'm gonna be sad. Anyway, yeah. I submitted my Stagecoach request, and then we did get Miguel's Jr. for lunch, so I used a little emoji with a taco for this. So this is a thing I don't usually mark in my planner, but I decided to mark it, and I'm not going to go into very much detail about it, but essentially, I put down a fancy label and a little munchkin. This is technically a FaceTime munchkin, but it works. But I use that to mark that I matched with a guy on Hinge, and I actually talked to this guy for about 2 months. I was talking to him every single day for about 2 months, and I'm not going to go into detail about it, but at the moment we are just not talking, but it was enough for me to mark it in my planner. So that's how you guys should know that I actually genuinely did have an interest in this one, but I'm not going to go into detail as to why we are not talking at the moment, but hopefully in the future we will see. We'll see. It's complicated, but yeah, I matched with him. That's all I'm going to say. And then I had to work on a bunch of things, so I used a munchkin on a computer to mark that, and then I was awake all night, who knows why. I used a little munchkin, like an insomnia munchkin, for that. Moving on to Sunday. We're almost there. I put down again that work label, and then again, Lindsay got Dunkin' coffee. No one is surprised. So I used a Simply Watercolor Co. coffee cup for that. And then I actually found, I think on one of the like planner pages that I'm on, someone shared that the HP Sprocket was actually on sale and it was like $100 off or something. So I did buy the HP Sprocket on this day, which is really exciting because I've always wanted one, like one of those like portable little printers. And I'm really excited because that means I can always use it to print out photos if I ever wanted to put them in my spread, which is one of the coolest things I think I've ever bought, so I'm really excited. But I use a little munchkin with a camera for that, and then we did get the Habit for lunch, so again I used another munchkin for that. My nose is getting more and more stuffed up as I go on. It's fine. This is fine. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sure my voice sounds really obnoxious and annoying. We're almost done. We're almost done. And then I used a half box and another munchkin with some dogs to mark that I played with the puppies, which essentially puppies are my puppies. I call all dogs essentially puppies. And then I used a little Instagram icon and an edit script from Magic Prince Co. So I did edit some photos. And last but not least, I used a Nope munchkin because I was ready for a day off. Because we were tired, apparently. Because whenever I'm ready for a day off, it means I'm exhausted and tired. So that is going to be everything for this plan with me. I apologize. I feel like I'm a little all over the place, but my nose is angry, so it's fine. I'm going to flip through what's left in the kits, which, I mean, there's a decent amount, not a ton. It's fine. I also filmed this over a span of 2 weeks or so, so if you notice that my nail polish changed, that is why, because I had no nail polish at the end, but I had nail polish at the beginning. But yeah, we're going to do a little bit of a Viv wiggle for you guys, so you try to see the foil. It's kind of hard to see the foil when I don't know exactly how the lighting is, so I apologize if wiggles are not the greatest. But I hope you guys enjoyed this plan with me. If you did, as always, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are not already. Let me know what you think I should do in the comments down below about my Avengers Campus kit, because I'm kind of sad. I'm genuinely sad. But let me know what you think I should do, and I will see you guys in another video very, very soon. Bye, guys!